Alrighty. We're going to be starting a new game of Anno 1800 and see how far we get. We'll see how well stream copes as well. New game. We're going to go with campaign. It sort of starts us off slower. But that's okay. Less guidance. The only thing that's new to me is some of the cosmetic packs, which doesn't affect gameplay. Who's going to be our avatar? We'll stick at Iceman. Well, it goes green, because green's the very out there colour-wise. The others have a few other sort of colours that very closely resemble it. Like the blue, there's 3 different sort of shades of blue. I've got all the DLCs in. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna mix up the AI. Where's Dr. Hugo? He just really mixes it up for me. Like, completely different quests.
My business is other people's money. Your money, to be exact.
I think I'm gonna do it with 3 2-star AI.
My business is
with Carl and Arthur. So Dr. Hugo Mercier is more of a revolutionary. He's more likely to declare war on the other AI, from what I remember in the past. Carl Leonard von Malching. I'm probably butchering the names. Is all about money. Money, 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 money. And Arthur Gasparov. He looks like he's more into... I'm not too sure, to be honest, from what it says. He said every great city is ruined by its people, so we'll see how that goes. Everyone's on average. We'll do medium. We'll do half if we want to demolish. Pay coins to move stuff. We'll do normal. Normal. Because we're in campaign, it's we don't get to pick that. We'll reveal the map ourselves, and there is no victory condition technically for us. How are we doing, Jason? Yeah, I just thought I might try streaming some Anno. So we'll see how it goes. See if my internet sort of copes. But there's less people in my flat, so less people on the internet to ruin my chance of having good internet. Well, you better feel better, Jason. But obviously, if you're sick, don't feel like you have to stream on Thursday with me. Just see how you are. We'll go from there. But yeah, feel better, mate. Or else. Or else. Oh, I just kind of assumed those. We still need to talk about when's best for you, because obviously, well, you're sick, and obviously college for yourself. I was just guessing Thursday.
Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribble from your sister changes everything. I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is.
So I won't talk during the cutscenes, just so that if anyone is watching for the first time,
Dynamite fisher.
Can listen in.
You're serious? Well, the village north is always short on food. Remember when we escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite.
5 PM my time, yeah. I have plans at 7:30 my time, so we'll only have like just over 2 hours.
You never told me you had a sister.
I've got to go to the lighthouse, pick up dynamite.
Here it is. Sometimes you have to face the past to have a future. You do have an eye for opportunity. After all, it's not TNT the locals are short of. Even more roasted fish.
Yeah. You've got to eat something. So as long as we're done by 7:15 my time, so about 2 hours 15 minutes.
Oh, what the
We should be good.
was that boom? Ah, that burnt reek. Ugh. Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
Eventually we'll be able to get rid of this quest box in the side.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow to defend you. And I don't break an oath. Even if a blind man could see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
I have never asked anything of you, firstborn. Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you. Is it really you, dearest sibling? I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
Those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Goode and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. Dear father's funeral begins.
Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
No matter so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together, we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditch water. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
Chapter 1. A Tale of Two Brothers.
What? Still here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances. We must shelter the good, loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family.
So this is
We
our
need
island.
every hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
First thing I'm gonna do is move this over. It is gonna take some of our funds, but that is the price I'm willing to pay. Because we're gonna have a farmers district over here. That's Bright Sands, and then obviously the rest of the map is covered in fog. I'm going to see what we can get rid of off the bat. It'll give us some extra resources. Alright, start off with the marketplace. It needs good road access. For now, we'll just do a straight line there. Okay. We'll try and not have too much of these overlap. So as I go along, I'll try and explain the basics. Just in case anyone new or looking at getting this game wants it. But a disclaimer, I am not I'm not the best at this game. But I have sunk in a lot of hours to it. Okay, building the warehouse first because that'll take the lumber away from us. I find there's there's about two ways of building. You can do the classic grid style, or you can just sort of be more organic and just sort of off shift things slightly. It's not slightly in a grid, but when you start putting in decorations, it looks a lot better. We will have sort of wasted space in some areas. And that's to be expected. At the moment we don't have a ship, so we can't do quests, and we can't explore the map. You can see I'll keep probably closing this, but I'll refer to it. We need a marketplace which we just built. I do have a lot of the cosmetics, so we can see the different skins. This one seems to not load in. We'll go for the open air market for now.
You reached a new milestone.
And we've just got some farmers. Farmers are the basic workforce. We will need more timber.
Do you remain here out of spite? Or is this some
So we'll get a lumberjack mill.
As you are so desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard! Picking and choosing what
Alright,
he inherits.
we want that to be at 100%.
Timber, very good. I'll try
So,
not to think of the coffin.
Lumberjack hut should produce once every 15 seconds.
Something's missing.
And then the sawmill will do the exact same. To save the warehouse, if you put the chains in a row, they'll just deliver straight to the logs will go straight to the sawmill, and the sawmill then will go to the actual warehouse. Yes, the brother is a bit of a knob, to say the least. We will shift that over one to get 100% productivity. To get a quicker start, there are abandoned shacks and buildings which we can demolish. Some of them we can't demolish just yet because they're story driven.
Grown more beautiful.
See what slander Edvard Prince and Bright Sands.
What does Edvard say?
Daniel's child, is it?
Edvard the Saviour.
I am so
Our
ashamed
father's
of every single
mysteriously
word
dies in prison.
your uncle had me put.
He twists every article in his favour at our and father's expense.
We've got to be careful because 75 is our max capacity right now for storing things.
Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state.
So
So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up.
okay, that's just saying get rid of this one. Our small trading post counts as a warehouse as well.
Mourning is eased. Now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labour for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people.
Okay, thank you. Now is it this note? Here we go. So you'll probably see this screen quite a lot. I'll give you a quick overview of this screen. So the green bar is what we, as a... at the moment, on our island of Ditchwater, make. So we make 2 tons of fish per minute. And we need barely even 1. So as long as the green bar is bigger than the blue bar, we are happy. We're good. I think they want us to now get rid of the old marketplace. So looking at the farmers,
to demolish the larger ruin.
looking at the farmers, they need a basic need of the market. If they don't have a market, they sort of disappear. We don't have farmers.
People need to rest.
Then they need fish, which will give us an extra 3 farmers and an extra 1 coin per household, if it's fully supplied. They want work clothes as a basic need,
Oh, I'm always busy, Duck.
which
The
does
field don't tend itself.
additional 2 farmers and 3 coins. Okay, I don't care about ornaments right now. That costs money. So to upgrade farmers to the next residency, you need the basic needs covered. Happiness is not required to upgrade the household, but it does help. For extra happiness, they want schnapps, which will give us, instead of a -7 happiness or -8 happiness, they get +8 and more coins. And they want a pub. Now, a pub is a very easy one to start with, because it doesn't require any chain building. So as you'll see, like this household now, +12 happiness, +1 coin for just having a pub. If I click on the pub, you can see that there's the roads turn dark green, and just here you can see it turns into a lighter green. And then down here you can see it stops highlighting. This means the pub's range is up to here, but after this sort of dark green turns to a light green, it means the they won't have as much happiness or coins. We won't touch lifestyle needs just yet, because we need to work on some of the more basic stuff. You might think I'm just leaving gaps, but they're for like ornaments and decorations for later on. We'll see what happens. I won't pick those up just yet. Alright. We'll clear some space. We're gonna do snaps and work clothes production. So the early on chains are quite easy. It's 30 seconds for potatoes, 30 seconds for snaps, so it's a 1-to-1. Same with clothes, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And as you can see, there's a slight outline, so all the other sort of buildings for this sheep farm have to go in that side that outline. You'll notice as I build the sheep farms, I will always leave a 3x2 square. That's just because we can get silos later on which help with productivity. So later on, this one sheep farm should be able to feed both of these framework knitters, and this one to those 2. Snaps. So I might need to delete the road slightly, because the farm needs sufficient fields. 72 to be exact for now. Oh, I don't like that. I will try and make sure that it is as locked into the coastline as possible. Just so we get as much sort of cover for our land. No wasted space as much as possible. So we'll go pick these up. How you doing, Becky? How's life? As you can see, all the blue is lower than the green. That just means it's currently not producing, but it's about to. So all of these will get everything they require. Alright, Algie, I'm good, thank you. For now, anyway. We'll see if my internet can hold up. So we can still support all our residents. We've got 53 not really working. So I'll up the lumber production even more. So fire stations, you need to have them around citizens and work productions. Both can catch on fire. You're out walking the doggo currently? How many doggos have you got at the moment? I'm just avoiding going outside, really. We're gonna have a path going in here. A path going in there. One right now, a Jack Russell. Ooh.
Feels an eternity since the funeral. And the cost! Oh, why, it was extortionate. Repay me now, or sell up.
So we need to have 4 snaps in storage.
Sick to the stomach that
And as long as we
Eddard
keep
asks so
over
much of us
70%
so soon after
supply
father's death.
to our citizens, we're good. So my plan for this island is... Oh,
I've somewhat to put before a townsperson.
sometimes we get this quest. Hubby's a terrific firefighter, but he has one terrible habit of disappearing after a shift. Last time they found him, I'm passed out by the pub. And now I'm worried sick he might have gone somewhere.
You can't make better what's already gold.
So we need to find the farmer's husband. He's right here.
Your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear.
Keen as a three-legged goat.
And that quest gave us 20 potatoes. Not a great reward, but... I won't be satisfied until this game ends with you punching that guy in the face. Well, it's going to be a long time off. Don't you worry. It will happen. So as I was saying, this is going to be like our farmer section. We're going to contain them just to this area. We're going to have a worker area sort of around here. And then probably artisans around here. And then we might try and get rid of production chains. Maybe just keep them over here and then have a more richer workhouses here. It'll happen. It may happen. You never know. So I find if you build along the coastline, it sort of helps. Start to sort of help you.
Speak to our humble cousin.
Help you sort
He
of
writes
build.
of a worker riot in Bright Sands. It
Okay.
seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
So we need to skip over to Bright Sands. Find your cousin leading a mob. There's a mob.
We'd rather die than
So we're gonna find 5 lots of rioters.
Still wait for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more.
Ah. Where are the mobs? I hear one. There it is.
A life away from Edvard? We're on board. Only, we've no ship to get on board of.
If you pick me, you may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
And they're offering me this ship.
Everybody on board? Good.
Everyone's on board.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry, that old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Now that sounds like good news.
So we get our own ship now.
As to the debt, my hands are tied, but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
I'm just setting the ship to be able to
Maybe Edvard will
uncover.
try to prevent us owning a shipyard. But for now,
Uncover
let's
the
at
fog of
least
war on the
house
map.
those workers.
Yeah, the real tragedy is Edvard. Unfortunately, you will hit Edvard quite a lot in the early game, because he's just harassing us constantly. Oh I want it going up one. Okay, so we need to get some workers. And either I spend the money to upgrade them and then move them over, or I just have them here ready. Look, I'm trying not to laugh, Jason. Edvard's a very serious man. We'll pick these up. And then we'll make the farmers here. Unfortunately, we are not producing enough schnapps and workloads. I'm going to do the fish as well, just to be safe. Even though the fish were just fine. So we've uncovered this island. Each island has its own fertilities and resources. So they give us always the same exact island on a campaign start. That's not too bad of an island. The ones around us would be more used for bringing in resources. So we just got to wait for these to grow, and we'll be just peachy. What I will do is I'll upgrade one of these.
A new milestone.
To then downgrade it. That way I unlock the workers tab, and I can
Workers can handle stubborn debris on
start
ditch water.
looking at
If it's to be the
blueprinting
center
stuff.
of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
Honest work, that's all we ask.
Ah, I can get rid of that. So, stuff cart starts to get just that slight bit harder here. So this clay pit here takes 30
Our dream
seconds to
of a
produce
shipyard
one.
is impossible without plenty of
Quiet,
sulfur.
Hannah. And the brick factory takes 1 minute to produce a brick. So one clay pit can supply 2 brick factories. Like I said, slight bit trickier. It's just a 2 to 1 or 1 to 2 ratio. We won't be building paved streets just yet. What we can do is start to get rid of more debris. That's the one I really wanted to get rid of. No, come on. Yeah. So what I will do is pin the house there, that there. No. Warehouse. Fire station. Trade union. So I'm just having a quick hotbar. These will require workers to power them, which we don't have. Because we're waiting for these to level up. And then I'll go through the workers' needs and happiness needs in a little bit. What I'm trying not to do is, if I did houses there, depending on my pathing, for this house here to get any, like, to the marketplace, they might have a very awkward sort of pathing route. So I'm just trying to stop any awkwardness. I might leave that blank for ornaments. I've left a space there so we can have another bridge.
Ready to repay my charity? Don't think you're finished, brat. I loathe the reek of lanolin, but if farmers' smocks are all you have...
Is there no limit to Uncle's shameless demands?
We loathe his voice and input. He's just trying to steal from us, basically. That's what you should understand. There's more there.
Tell me you've managed something. Bah, bah, black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3.
4 bags
Oh, 4
full.
bags full.
With several passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway.
So, if you notice, we've got 322 workforce for farmers. If we upgrade a farmer residence, we
Our
do
editorial
lose the
section
10
is sure to
farmers,
grow along
and they
with your
become
city. We are
workers.
fine-tuning the
So you
first
do have
issue
to
as we
fine-tune,
speak.
obviously, how many... You still have to have that
You
minimum
father's
farmer
fortitude.
workforce.
These people will follow you as they once followed him.
You reached a new milestone.
We are now considered a port town. We will be upping our
Your worthless rags have barely covered
lumber
everything.
production.
Now, bring me sails. It's not like you have
We
any
probably
use
won't
for
hear
them.
from Edvard for a while, because we won't be making sales for a while. Just to
Clearly,
sort of slow the
Uncle's intention
storyline.
is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
So let's have a quick check-in. We're not producing sausage and bread just yet. We're about to work on that. But everything else is just okay. So we're getting a clay pit working. And at the moment, because we've not built a brick factory, because we just need some... Oh, there we go. It will start supplying the bricks now. Very slowly. Very slowly. Yes, wankers are very much of a UK insult. And yes, he is a bit of a wanker. That would be the correct use of wanker. Just follow that line across. That's just marking out where the bridge would be. But the bridge takes a lot of planks. Alright. Let's go over what a worker needs for its basic needs. So it still needs a market, fish, and work clothes, similar to the farmers. In addition, it will need sausages, which will be made here. bread, which can be made in here. Because you can see it says the old world in the middle of that highlight. We haven't unlocked soap yet. We need to get 300 total workers. And the school's not unlocked at 750 workers yet, but that's what they will need, soap and school. For happiness, quiet down, worker. For happiness, they'll need schnapps and the pub, similar to the farmers. They'll need a church, and they'll need beer. So I'm going to place the church there. Oh wait, no. Because later on the artisans will also need a church. I'm going to place it here. You might think it's a very weird place. We'll leave it at Old Town for now. What's going to happen is when I pave the roads, when you upgrade like the dirt paths to paved roads, the extension of buildings get further. So this will reach the far ends eventually. But what I am going to do... Oh. Is that...
My basket is flowing over.
And then around the church we'll have ornaments and cosmetics to make it look a lot nicer. And again, that's just to mark out where the bridge would be. And then we just got really sort of odd sort of gaps for cosmetics. Because cosmetics require the use of our money, you won't see it for a little while. So this clay pit should now filter between each one. Once it's sort of figured out that this is actually built. Sometimes it takes a small while for their buildings to realise the other buildings have been actually built. Right, sausages. Let's do sausages. Sausages are a 1-to-1, luckily. Takes 1 minute for a pig. Takes 1 minute to slaughter the pig to make sausages. With every production chain, we need a warehouse. Now, I'm seeing that the firehouses don't have very good coverage down here, because when you click on one firehouse, it does highlight them all. So we'll build these. Similar to the sheep, the pigs have a small area. But unlike the sheep, these have a different sort of pen shape. And again, we will save space for a silo. That's going to be a path. The silos do need access to a path. I don't believe they've changed it at all. So once it gets a silo, one of the pig pens should be able to support 2 slaughterhouses. And we've got more than enough by just building 1 of each. For now. For now. Let's see what we can do here.
We put our love into this.
Spend a bit of money just to move these over. These aren't obviously built because they're blueprinted. Hub Master, you can get in-game items to help increase productivity or other sort of such items. I'll give you some examples. So this dude, for example, if we had him, he's a legendary item, so we probably won't find him for a long time. It affects certain buildings, increases productivity by 50%, and then provides extra goods. So you get +1 every 3rd cycle, for example. So we can get great items like that.
If you pop off now, you'll be back in time for tennis. Ollie, Roger.
So Archibald wants us to do a bit of a quest for him, so we need to send our ship over. And we'll just let that trickle over in the background. So we've got only 30 workers. Because this production chain is taking... So this is where it's a bit more complicated, again. So the pig farm takes farmers, but the slaughterhouse takes workers. So this chain takes a mixture of both. And, alright, bread. So we need a grain farm for grain, obviously. And it takes 1 minute. Then the flour mill takes 30 seconds. And then to get bread, you need a bakery, which takes 1 minute. So you need 2 grain farm per flour mill, and then 2 bakeries per flour mill. If people don't like math, this is probably not the best game for you, but... I sometimes like to put the bakeries inside the village itself, even though it is a production building. For now, we won't do that. What I will do is put trade union building down for now, in case we do get items that help with flour, grain, or bread. Trade unions can't overlap their green circles. They can touch like that, they just can't overlap. And it affects any building inside the green circle. So what I will probably do, just move it down so it lines up with the road. I'm basically prepping for 2 sets of these. Planning ahead is always great. Grain farms take a lot of space up. Oh. Didn't mean to move that. And that's kind of a nice compacted sort of area right now. So we need... Oh, that is the wrong
Time
one.
for a nap in the hay.
So I have paused that so it
when you're
won't
ready.
produce and it won't cost me money. So that should be a 2 to 1. And at the moment we probably only need one bakery working. Yeah. So we won't produce as much as quickly, but we only need one bakery working. Right, steel beams. Unfortunately, we don't have the use of iron because it's locked behind storyline. So what we will probably do is do this quest.
These are good times. Will you work your magic for
They
us?
want 6
What
bricks.
We do so love to see.
We have 6 bricks, so some of these quests are very quickly. They'll give us coal.
Promise kept.
Not one that I really wanted. Oh!
Every street corner in no time. To meet our patron is utterly humbling. If there is anything I can do, anything really, imagine it, and we can do it.
There's a fire, but our firefighters are getting out.
I know
So,
you're busy, but I've a favour to ask.
this quest is just to build a silo. What I didn't realise is, Archie, our good old friend Archie, wanted bricks. So we'll let that trickle over. These quests do have a time, so we've got 24 minutes to get it going. So what I will look to do is up our brick production a little bit. So these take 25 workers each. We have 80 currently, so that once we can afford them, that'll be fine to make. Everything has to be road connected to your harbour. What I will do is send my ship out to do Fog of War again. So sorry for the spamming of noises, but our ship in the background will just start uncovering the Fog of War. And when we have the bricks to supply Archie, we'll just recall our ship back. Right, soap. We need pig farm. 1 minute to tallow, to rendering works. That makes tallow for 1 minute, so it's 1 to 1. And then it's soap factory that takes those seconds. So straight off the bat, I already know that we need, to keep the soap factory going, we need 2 rendering works. To keep the rendering works going, we need 2 pig farms. We'll just build the pig farms around the sort of same area as pigs we have. So if that silo gets built, then that is 1 soap production in 1. Oh, that does fit there. And then we just need 2 more, which fits there nicely. This is where I'm going to move the road. Just add a slight road in there, and then this one should feed these 2 into that one. But we kind of need the workers for bricks. Right, we're at minus 10 workers, which means everything else will be at a disadvantage. But there we go, more workers. This is where it starts to get finicky, because we need to build up the farmers more, so we can upgrade these farmers into workers. But if we look at production lines, bread's fine, sausages are fine, wet cloves, snaps are getting close but are fine, and fish is fine. So let's plan out some more residents here. I'm going to stick with doing the outside first. These might just look all unison. So what I might do is break them up slightly like that.
Tell me you are moral, and not yet another crook-fingered...
So who we found is Eli Bleakworthy. He's in charge of the prison.
Mr. Bleakworth is a cowled hawk, so unseeing and unhearing, you'd think he'd have learned to feel.
What I'm going to do is leave this area blank for cosmetics and stuff. So every house needs a road connection. I am going to do another pub. Yeah, pub there.
Artur Gasparov. If you aren't sure how to address me, it's easier to stick to gestures.
We've met Arthur. So the AI builds kind of different speeds. So we've got all like medium level difficulty AI. So they'll probably keep up with each other. And they all have their own different build style. They all slightly cheat as well because they're AI. But Arthur does a very nice one where it's all square blocks. With grassy fields and trees and small ornaments in the middle. Like I say, they cheat. And he's already producing like steel and iron. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. We're just planning out our farmers. Chances are we will need another one of those. I can't remember the exact size of the town hall, but we're going to leave a space here for the town hall. And okay, that's not a great size because I can't fit 3. But I will need a hospital, which should be able to fit there. See, having a knowledge about what buildings you'll need in later on, it does help. Because I know a hospital unlocked a lot later on, your population might get ill. These lot are lucky, they have beachfront properties. Once we pave all the roads, it will look a bit better than just sort of like the key roads. They will have a road access. It just means we can get some trees around the fire station. Make it look a little bit nicer. Let's see. Oh, okay. The market's going to start to struggle getting down here without pavement. How many bricks did Archie needs? We have enough, so let's recall this. And hopefully, we've got enough time to deliver it. Ships with items on it, goods on it, will be slower than ships without items on it. That might be obvious, but thought I'd point it out anyway. Okay. We will take a slight hit. Some of these houses down here won't get to full, all their needs met. And that is okay. Because how the road system will be here, we cannot help it. I built a lot of farmers, so let's have a look. Alright, so the fish, we are technically producing enough, but we won't get any extra come in. And then snaps and work clothes, we are very much behind.
How do?
Alright, grain farm. The silos need grain farms. So what I will do is plonk one right here. And then this should be able to feed the silos. I believe I need more planks of wood. Yeah, more timber. Notify me when you're back. We might not make Right, we build a silo, upgrade the framework knitter. So once the silo has been built, which it has, and it's been, the grain has been delivered to it, this will go from 100% production to 200% production. Alright. Alright, this is going to take a while. See, there we go. The grain's now going to come in. We see it start to come alive. And then this will start coming alive. We see it's already climbing. And it does produce extra wool, plus one every third cycle as well. So let's have a look at our production lines again. We are now producing schnapps and workloads again. The only thing we needed to fix was fish. In which that is in range of that, so we're good. We're going to build the depot. Just increases our storage from 75 plus another 50 to 125. We're all good. I did not hear the bell notification. You need 24 bricks. Nope, not there. Here. So we should make it on time.
You're flourishing.
Thank you. Acknowledges our silos working. Let's just build those two to get them in sync. Okay, let's have a look at our farmers. They're happy. They've got everything happiness required that's unlocked. The only thing they don't have is soap. So they're smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
Brought some joy. Bish bang bibbly.
There you
There
go.
she blows.
So Archie does sell stuff. And what we will probably do right away... So I'm just trying to figure out what island I want. Straight away we'll buy the whole lot of
What a jolly,
steel.
jolly surprise.
Just because our steel works is locked behind continuing the quest. And to continue the quest we just need to build sails, which we are kind of avoiding right now. Right, town hall. Hospital. I'm just looking at doing different kind of patterns. I also heard you mention earlier that the AI cheats, and you're just convincing me that they're secretly being funded by Edvard to make his face even more punchable. From my knowledge, because this is Edvard here, I don't think Edvard declares war or gets declared war on by any of the AI, unlike we can. So we could start the conspiracy of
I must use
they are
arrows
definitely...
if I am to keep my eyes.
They are definitely sort of being funded and working with. But what I mean by they cheat really is they don't need 100% of the production chains correct. I think they don't need them correctly done for them to work. So they don't need like 2-to-1 buildings, stuff like that.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Ooh, okay. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like that. Because I was thinking about claiming this island for myself. So I will claim this island. The reason why I bought steel beams is to build an outpost. You need timber and steel beams. So we'll claim this island down here. Because all I will need is hops, red pepper and fur at some point. In which I have red pepper, but I don't have the fur and hops. It's all Edward's fault. So let's look into some cosmetics. Like here, this is like a construction zone. Just to sort of get small construction site stuff going on. So if we spend a bit of money,
Your city has grown more
you can see the sort of cosmetics have their own sort of look to it. They sort of add in small people. They look like they're building stuff. It just adds like small sort of details. Now what I've not seen are these last three. I've only just got them recently. So eventually we'll play around with those. Alright, so what I will do is build... if you were to compare this game to like Civ 6 and Crusader Kings, where would you rate this? I was going to say, I'm not going to... I didn't hate this yet. I've played Civ 6. I've seen gameplay of Crusader Kings. I really don't have much comment on Crusader Kings because I've not played it, so I don't know exactly how difficult it is to learn and play. Civ 6 is much easier to learn and play. This is a lot harder, but I would still rate this very high. I really enjoy this. A lot of replayability. I know there's a streamer that YouTuber that I watch that taught me basically a lot of this game. I believe he's played Crusader Kings. I'm not 100% sure about Civ.
A competitor raised a settlement.
But if you really want to learn more or see anything like Crusader Kings, what Darren plays, great YouTuber. But I really rate this game. It can be quite slow going at the start. But that's so you can get sort of your bearings. I'm playing a lot slower because I'm playing on the campaign as well. You can spend your hours just in this screen of like statistics, let alone like finance, storage, population items such as that. So what was I building? Frame knitters. We need a silo for that. It's 30 to 30, so I can build a second one of those eventually. But we're slowing the game down, so we're not building that just yet. Let's just go crazy. No, I needed enough. 2 more planks. But yeah, thanks for dropping in, Dovignon. Donvignon. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. But I hope you're doing alright. We'll address that bar eventually. Let's see how we're doing production-wise. More workloads. So what we'll do is, when we've got 20 timber, we'll...
Your city has grown more beautiful.
Let's just send our ship to uncover the map a bit more. Once we got the timber, we'll build the silo and then the framework knitters. We've now claimed this island as our own. We will rename it. But it just means no one else can claim it. I'm just going to lurk for a bit and see if this game is for me. I see it's on sale on end today. Yeah, so I think you can get it on Steam, which has been on sale for a while. I've got it on Ubisoft account. I don't know if it's on sale there. Quite often it's on sale on like places like Humble Bundle or CD Keys. So check those out. I've got all the DLCs. Oh, I've miscalculated this one house.
It don't have to be a fancy road. Ain't perfect, but what is?
There we go. I've got all the DLCs, so stuff like silos, if you're getting the base game only, you won't get silos. They came in like the Harvest Festival DLC, I believe it was. So, for example, the world map. This is the old world. This is the new world over here, which you get in the base game. Land of Lions DLC unlocks like Africa, so Mbessa. There's the Arctic Passage DLC, which goes to the Arctic. I can't remember the DLC name, but it gets you round here, a new sort of map area. So it is giant sort of game aspect. I've got like a main save file that's a lot. So if I've saved that. If I load this one, I can sort of show you a bit more of like end game sort of style stuff, and show you sort of after a long time of playing. I've not even finished this save file either. It might lag a bit because it's got obviously I'm streaming as well as it's going to be a big save file. But I'll show you the other regions that I've not unlocked yet in that fresh save. Come on. It's got a lot to load in. I've got a lot of the cosmetic packs as well, which don't add any gameplay. It just makes beautifying your city a lot easier if you're going for beautification instead of pure production and population. It's got a lot to load, I see. So I'll show you all the different regions, different sort of buildings we've not unlocked yet at all. And it'll actually be a good thing for me. I'm breaking the money in. Oh, I think my local recording stopped. I ran out of space. That's a shame.
Take it before I change my mind.
Alright, so what I'm doing... This is a completely different map style. So the generic maps can be different. Oh, sorry. I've taken over, as you can see, Starter Island. I've not really done much in the old world. I am friends with the pirates. You can do that. In the new world, I'm yellow, so I've main control of the new world. I think in this save file, I've been to war with someone and knocked them out. Like I said, it's a bit laggy. Oh no, yeah, I've knocked one out because these. No, I've not knocked anyone out. I've just knocked someone out of the new world. Wait, I've not done anything with Manola. Okay. So like, you can get to insane islands with loads of farming. I want to say this island here is my main.
Untold perils await us.
Where's this one? This is the new world. So like America sort of themed. This is what I'm using as my capital. So these are artisans, which we've not got to yet. Our farmers and workers up in the corner. Our palace is being made. So you've got museums, zoos, restaurants with the Eiffel Tower. Unfortunately, this save file is a bit buggy because it's a really old save file. And I can't complete that quest anymore. I think they fixed that now, but you can get to the point of like this island has no residents on it, but it's pure production. Another area you can unlock if it wants to load. It's just having a bit of trouble because there's a lot going on this area. Oh, I've not even unlocked the Arctic in this save file. So let's just skip to the Embessa. I think I deleted a massive save file. So this is like Africa.
This one doesn't look too scary.
Oh, go away.
You are generous.
I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to leave it. So whatever happens, happens. Later on in the game, you get expeditions, which we'll go through one quickly. Sorry about the sound logging out. So like, you get scenarios, you get to pick one. Depending on what's on your ship, depends on the bonus chance of success. Other stuff sort of happens, and you've got to choose what to do. And depends on what happens, you either fail or you succeed and get stuff. again, I'm not saving this, so it's not much of a big deal.
Airborne and ready to go.
This is a DLC stuff, so you get airships. Come here. But yeah, there's a lot in this game in which different regions have to interact with each other. So like this side in Bessa, you need spectacles which are made in the old world. Stuff like in the new world.
We have to thank you.
They need beer, which can be that without a DLC can only be made in the old world. So you've got a lot of stuff to maintain. So like these are all my cargo ships going back and forth, and they're all mostly calculated so that nothing ever runs out. Going back and forth. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot of guides and help online if you need it. Like I said, I watched what Darren plays. He did a very long Let's Play series. He builds more beautification than pure production and population focused. There are some YouTubers and streamers that go pure how much population and production you can pump out. He goes for more going through the storylines, DLC storylines, making sure everyone has everything they need, and making sure his cities look beautiful in his own way, in which they do look beautiful. But he sort of goes through it in a nice pace and sort of teaches you. Yeah, Anno's been on sale quite a lot recently, but I'd highly recommend it. It's a lot slower than Civ. Just Civ, you obviously go through the technology very quickly. Okay, where was I? So I built the silo, I just need to be able to frame up knitters. And everything is a-okay. We've got all the farmers. Like I said, they don't have very good road connection to the pub or the marketplace. Alright, let's just take this house. They've got 20% and 33%. If I just do like the main road up to there, so that's the road's connected. Oh, this is a new skin I've not seen. So that's the traditional one without the cosmetic DLC. This is I don't know. This is the Eldritch cosmetic. We'll leave it on that one. That's quite nice. Alright, so we did the paved road.
Sweet as a spring meadow.
It went from 33 to 61 and 20 to 60. Which we can extend the road a bit more, but just showing you that's what occurs. There are three ways to play this game, which is campaign, which we're doing, which really sort of guides you and slows you right down. Sandbox, which is just a game without the campaign, and then creative, in which creative you have no limits set upon yourself, obviously. Let's start making sales. Which will need more workers. So we've just unlocked beer production, but we don't have hops on this island. This is where we'll need to start trading. We'll start building up this island to create hops, and then transfer it across. And we've also unlocked police, so if we have riots, the police force can help with that. But I'm probably not going to build the police, because I'm trusting in myself to not get riots. Alright, so let's have a look at wheat, because one wheat farm can power, I think it's like 5 or 6 silos. What are our quests? That won't happen until we build a silo in the grain, but that's just sort of to help with introducing the DLC. We are just playing a regular speed at the moment. We might speed it up if we're doing other things. Let's go back to blueprint mode before I start spending all my money.
A competitor raised a settlement.
We're all good. Let's just see where they're raising. So someone, we don't know who, has raised a settlement here. In the fog of war, you can kind of see where the islands are because of the mountain ranges. So you still want us to do the...
My psychiatrist wants me.
I really don't like escort quests. So we are waiting just to make sales to progress now. But in that time we have made all of our farm residents. And we are working on our worker residents. So that reaches perfectly. What else were we short on?
The Emporium Exotique looks forward to your patronage.
They are still working
if
fine.
You can afford it.
So over here we've found another AI shop sort of place. These sell New World goods and items. I've not been to the New World yet. The prison sells
what makes you think
certain goods, and they'll
you?
buy certain goods, and they'll sell people basically. So like that one's a good one, for example. All brick factories and concrete factories, minus 6% workforce. And we get 3 steel beams. Plus 1 per 5 cycles. But we won't be buying anything just yet. Let's up our snaps production. Something is on fire.
Where are my sales?
Ah, here. So, a building has a set time limit before it burns down. So as long as we have good availability for our fire and firefighters, we should be fine.
Haven't seen a prison transport of mine, have you? If you do, be sure to return any salvage to me.
So this could become wasted space.
Worry not. You've nothing to fear from Hugo Mercier. I am a pacifist. But the people... There is a rampant beast. Think of them not as possessions, but as tools.
We're just going to add 2 farm fields that don't actually help whatsoever. Is it still on fire? No. Okay. See, it doesn't fit very nicely in at all. Just trying to make it fit as nicely as possible. I don't think that's going to happen. There's going to be some wasted space somewhere. Remove that. If this one really struggles, we can build that one. Okay.
People are starving. Why turn your nose up at the potatoes?
So he likes potatoes. He probably won't like the fact I just bought produced alcohol. So each AI will react to stuff you're doing.
Dress as one.
Oh,
Think apart.
I'm just going to build that all, and then we've got a lot of lee room. We'll upgrade that. Upgrading adds another loading ramp, and they are slightly faster, I believe. So we are meant to go pick up these 2 to progress the story. But are we going to? No!
We shall add something.
We will map out soap production, I think. How's the fire engine? So, okay. We'll add one there, and then that will have better coverage here. Oh no, I've already done soap production up here, haven't I? I can't do beer without getting hops in from another island. Well, that road will just give this Schnapps Distillery 2 options of going this way or this way to deposit. So what I will do is head over, grab the steel beams, buy any steel beams here, so he's got 17. And then we should be able to build just one soap production chain. Because we need 4, 8, 12. We need 12 iron. What's our ship doing? Our ship is there. Let's take construction. So we technically have enough, but if we want to build anything else that requires steel, we need to buy it before any AI do. What look are we going to give?
new?
What sort of matches? I feel that works quite well. Because I've got cosmetic packs, we've got different farmer-looking buildings. So on the left is the cosmetic of brick skin, on the right is just the normal. Let's try colourful skin. A lot of green, red, blue, and then inverted. Inverted normal. I'm going to leave it on default because there's tools here, like this one, where you can just change the loads of them at the same time. But we'll do that later. When we're sort of beautifying our city, we'll pick what style we want. So this one's got a few more. You've got brick. Got colourful again. Inverted. Old Town. I really like Old Town. But I've not seen Victorian skin. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is with the Eldritch pack. So we'll change it back to normal for now. I'm surprised the church should get a Eldritch theme. Fire stations have a different theme as well, like the Old Town theme, which we will. I will probably use Old Town for our worker residence. Okay. Now these just don't have very good access to the market, in which we will do that. You can see it grow, and it's fine. All perfectly fine in that corner. Okay, so once we do the next quest, we will do some quest line to get rid of this, because we've got to destroy the rock that's in our way so we can get to the iron. That's where we'll start steel beam production, weapon production. Gonna spend just under 3k to buy steel beams. So let's upgrade the roads here, even though it technically doesn't really matter, but it sort of helps.
Look sharp, the governor's here.
Helps with sort of the cosmetic blending with the pavement. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are the wrong way round, but we'll leave it. Leave it for now. School. I forgot to figure out a school location. Okay. What I'm thinking of is maybe have a school put in here. This makes me kind of want to move. these lot down even further. And you'll see why in a second. The school really wouldn't have a bonfire. Since they changed the layout to a lot of this, I can never figure out where anything is. What are these? Wow, okay, they've added more stuff in than I really thought. So that's our farmer and worker. Sort of cosmetics. It might be in class. Oh no, it is in the worker one. This one. This one. So we'll remove that, add that one in.
A competitor raised
They
a
can have a nice apple tree here. We can't build the school just yet, but what I can do is build the cosmetics around the school. And this is going to be our small school area. They've got their own playground. Slide and sand pit. Chess tables that the old folk are using. Alright. Let's get our steel beams in. Let's build the silo, rendering works, and soap. So once it's all up and running, soap won't be an issue. But we have just noticed sausages are an issue. Oh, I've just built the wrong
taking
farm.
every care.
What I have noticed is that gap was meant for this one silo. Oops. Mistakes do happen.
When do we start again?
I will let this
Boy
continue.
was off to the workhouse.
Just because then we just get excess pigs.
We lack the...
Let's have a look now. That'll be fine. If you want to check everything, for example, pigs, but the silo's not come into effect yet. But it does show that we need to build another wheat farm to maintain all the silos. I doubt we've got enough space there. So this should be able to supply all the silos in here now. So this pig farm and silos are actually meant to be for those that aren't built yet. Oops. Okay. But having extra doesn't really matter too much. We can actually build the school. Normally, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you're brand new to the game, you wouldn't have been able to build a school for quite a while. Because obviously we've not got steel beams. I've just bought the steel beams because I'm a baller. It does mean they get 2 extra workers. No happiness or money involved. We will be getting money and workers from the soap soon. What I will do is just pave that. And I kind of want to pave around the school. And that is our school. I don't know whether they're... Oh. You can get Old Town. Which we will change it to Old Town now. Because eventually these will become Old Town. So it kind of makes me want to build all of these. I don't have enough.
Life is so-so.
If we get ahead of the game and build that bakery, it shouldn't offset anything. So the flour is just going to catch up to where it was, and the wheat's fine. Let's just have a look at the... see, the 2 silos haven't got their wheat yet, which is why we're sort of lower on pigs. We just need one more. And then these will all get upgraded to workers. There we go. There
I must use others if I am to keep my eyes to heaven.
Photography quest is one of the easiest quests you can get. He just wants you to take a photo of the lighthouse. Basically, that quest.
Me of the importance of
I got 14,080 coins. He likes me a little bit more. It's just a small thing to do.
How about a cup of coffee? We've been playing for 2 hours.
The game has this neat thing of basically saying, you've been playing for a really long time. Is that getting it? Okay, so that's now starting to ship out. We can see the cart still in there, so it's not quite caught up just yet. Our ship is now doing more fog of war. We never allowed to look at Dr. Hugo Mercier. Oh, so this is his second island, I guess. Because obviously it's tiny. You can see there's only a couple of workers, a couple of farmers. And he's already got steelworks. And sand pits. So he is... that's where you can tell that they sort of cheat of... even those lot of houses probably would not be able to support these 2 buildings on my island. Oh, you just put another one down. And you can sort of know that he doesn't have a pub, he doesn't have most of the basic chains that you would have like on my island. I was just doing more retro achievements. Might have just mastered the 3rd and last version of Toy Story 2. Nice! Now you don't have a problem. Well, you got to finish them all. Quests are there for you to finish. Not quests, achievements. We're trying to pave a little bit more. That didn't pave very well. But paving, as you can tell, costs money and bricks. Oh, it's going to notify me every time I'm Yeah, I don't want it to notify me every time it gets to a stop. I want it to notify me when it got to the end, but... Okay, so we're starting to pave places. At the moment... we just used up all our bricks. We got a healthy positive in money right now. Everything is doing well. Storage isn't really an issue. So I'll just talk about this now. The AI have their own ships, whether it's our competitors, which is like Arthur and Dr. Hugo Mercier, or the sort of AI sort of shops. They all have their own ships, and they do come from time to time to see if you have anything on sale. So I could go sell when above 75. So they could buy a lot of that. Yeah, Edvard gave them ships. Once we destroy Edvard, everything will be okay. We'll set a minimum stock of 50 on all of these. Just to be safe, it means we shouldn't go below that from selling anything. But over 75, they can start buying stuff. So I believe that is buying something now. We can't see it just yet. Oh, there you go. So we just made a 1,160 from selling fish and schnapps. I think once our ship has done its set thing, we will address this.
Know that any assistance may influence.
So he's got destruction quest for us. Eli's not got anything. Madame Karina hasn't got anything for us either. We do need to destroy Edvard. This is struggling a bit.
I like being a prince.
Okay, so I just upgraded a worker to an artisan, and then downgraded it because we don't actually need the artisan just yet, but it does unlock us the town hall.
All I ever desired was a place to live and work.
Know what Annie does with royalists? We dunk you full of fish.
Okay, so somehow we've met the pirates. I guess it's because of this ship here. The pirates don't start off at war with us, but they will eventually. The best way I find to deal with the pirates is not even destroy them, is to let them declare war on you, and then you just buy ceasefires from them, which builds up reputation. And then eventually they'll become friends. You can get a trade with them and allies with them. So I've just upgraded our warehouse, so we now have 200 storage capacity. That is a perfect size because I do like stuff to go around the outside of the town hall. So Dr. Hugo Mercier is at this stage because he's got sand mines. Carl Leonard von Malchon has bought shares in one of Hugo's islands. So like, what I mean by that is here, if I go on to Arthur Gastroff's island, you can tell he's got artisans now. Look at them. If I click on it, I could buy shares for 77,000. If I have that one share, I would gain 1,702 income from his island. If I own all of them, I can buy out his whole island and then own it. But you need to be kind of rich for that. Docklands. Docklands is an amazing DLC to have. I can't play this game without Docklands anymore. Anyway, town halls are in place, but because we don't have items, there's no point having them. But it does mean I can try and plan out the rest of the town halls. No, I accidentally destroyed the bridge. Okay, so there's a good, valid reason why, for the artisans, I am putting town halls across their whole area. In theory, I think that one should have been up here, so I could have had one here. But we'll go with it. If I do this,
this'll be a breeze.
I've got, because I've played so much, she'll come in and drop in items that I've bought from previous sessions. Only a couple of things. And then we could technically use those items. We'll meet her in the New World later. But because we can't get here, this section here will probably be workers. And these will be artisans. So I'm not actually building houses like this. But that's to kind of depict roughly where...
One of my fastest deliveries yet.
Where the borderline will be. So these are the items that have been passed along. So I do have the one that has advanced weapons and steam motors. That we won't use these for quite a while. Won't use that one for quite a while. This is the main one I was looking for. So it affects all old world residents plus 3 happiness. But the main one we were looking at is the bonus supply. If the residents are provided with the variety theatre, the rum and canned foods will automatically be provided, so we don't have to make it. Canned foods is a ball ache to production chain to manage, and rum comes from the New World, so if we can cut that out, it's a lot less pressure. So let's start designing. So they need variety theatre and a church. Chances are, even with paved roads, the bridges eventually will be paved as well. I have a feeling I'm going to need a second church, in which if we just... This area is perfect for a church, because it's not covered by the town halls, so we don't really want residents there. And then we can have some graves or something, decorations around the outside. So we will want a bridge here. We will need... I kind of want cosmetics. So fences around here and sort of cosmetics. And then that's sort of like the boundary line here. That should reach the warehouse there. That might reach the warehouse. We won't know until we build the actual mine. I have a feeling our ship is done. We'll send the ship one more time, because we're just going to map out a few more things. Okay. That's a terrible path. Because the houses are in 3x3s. We want stuff that... the roads around 3x3s. I will have cosmetics around the mine to make it look kind of cordoned off. The whole building doesn't need to be in, it just needs to be the majority, so that should be fine. And then I should come down like that. I'll leave it like that anyway. Having awkward roads here shouldn't matter because we're sort of in close proximity to everything and it will be paved roads. That should cover everything. We can put a fire station in this corner. Building across like that. We can sort of move probably that one down. See, that won't be covered. I don't think that one will be either. What we can do is have that more as a worker and then artisan. They can kind of mix a little without looking too odd. I like sort of loops like this where you can have stuff go in sort of between. We can get rid of that line now. So that one would be a worker. Everything else is covered. So that would be our first artisan sort of zone, even though it's got a, sort of a quarry sort of area, production area here. because of how I've placed the town halls, there is no sort of leeway anymore. So that would have to go there. And fence sort of cosmetics across. Okay. So down here is going to be more workers. So some of the artisan workers will sort of meet, and we'll have that sort of slow fade across from where workers turn to artisans. I have a feeling I'm gonna need a pub of sorts. Because where's our pub? The pub's there. What I might do is switch out these for a pub. And then have that as sort of a grassy area attached to the pub. We don't have a fire station quite close over here. I accidentally deleted the wrong one. So there we go. This fire station will help the connectivity, sort of the connective sections that we're missing. The houses are slightly offset. Leaving gaps sort of everywhere to just sort of help with cosmetics later on. So we've got our farmers there. The workers will be a big majority of this island. Around here will be more artisans. Then this one has the key of artisans and some workers, depending on what items we put in. What will happen is probably all of these will get moved. So we probably should do that now. Let's just blueprint it for now. So in theory, these two and these two will get moved over here. The trade union will help sort of reduce workforce and stuff. The reason why we might as well put production here is this does not reach over here. Though I might leave those... oh, don't know. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. At the moment, we don't have the right item to help us. So what I have noticed is our timber is full. So even though it costs us money to maintain and to build them, we just added an extra 100 odd to our storage. actually going to finish paving because once I've started, I can't stop. All we'll do is finish just around the church, because that's where everything is. Oh no, I've got to do this just one line. Okay, what's our... Okay. Fire stations are okay. This is where it starts to get even more complicated into the artisan ones. So we need
another
mangy
traveling circus.
We'll finish this and then we'll go see Carl.
Carl is an odious man. I prefer better that you deal with him.
No worries, Hannah. So to make windows, we'll need sand mines. So they're harbour one, so it's got to be on the coastline. And it takes 30 seconds. And it takes workers, and then we'll need an artisan building, so because it takes artisans to take the sand and make it into glass. That takes 30 seconds, so it's 1-to-1. And then it needs farmers to work the lumberjack huts, which is 15 seconds, to window makers. So you kind of need 2 window makers to help with the sand and glass maker, and then just 1 lumberjack hut can support 4 window makers in the end. We'll eventually get to that. We don't really have anything useful just yet. So what I will do is upgrade this, and I will move these straight away.
I had a job unpicking old rugs once.
What it does mean is I can get residents in here now. It's easy if I just do that. And you can see the highlighted buildings. So the top left of that square we just made won't be in. I have a feeling if we moved it there. This one here is not in. Either way, unless we move it down. Everything's involved there, but it does make me want to do this. And that'd be fine. Okay. Where's our ship? We'll finish mapping out. Oh, we do need a variety theatre in somewhere. So what I'm going to have is a variety theatre here. This should suffice this lot, and especially this lot. And then I'll purposely have a variety theatre in... I believe that's enough space for one. If not, we'll extend it somehow. If we have one here. And I keep forgetting I will need a hospital in somewhere. So what better to have the hospital here? Look, everything's involved. It's all good. I'll just use this space for fire station. Oh, I don't think that corner one's in, no. It is now. So we're doing this awkward curve just so we can have this sort of a construction zone free. So this is kind of like a small cul-de-sac. See, that doesn't even work for what I want to do. Trying to make it all fit nicely is difficult. I think that's the best we're gonna get. Town Hall doesn't really need specific road access. Okay. So if we do here, curve it up. And then that leaves a bit of cosmetic space. That's all good. So hospital will sit directly in the center. That should cover, because our hospital here, that should cover majority still. And then this one will have a bit of an overlap here. And with paved roads, it should get to here as well. Should. And then the final lot of artisans. Let's follow up the river. Pull that one in. Slight curve around the mine that we'll get to eventually. So the artisans won't need a marketplace or a pub. What they will need is a school, which I forgot about again. No, I don't think I'm gonna like the school being there. Or I just might not get like a nice little playground sort of bit. I'll leave it blank for now. We'll see what happens when I do sort of build it. But I think I'm going to need a school over here as well. In which I think if I get rid of those... And then we'll do sort of a playground around the outside again. Similar to this one. So church is there, and here that should give us good cover. This might be suffering a little bit. We'll have to see. That's going to be fenced off. Then that will go in there. That should give us good road coverage for everything. So like I was saying, the artisans, they won't need the marketplace, the pub. They will need a church and a school. And then in here there's a variety theatre and a university. I forgot about the university. The university's going to have to sit somewhere as central as possible. What I'm thinking is probably sit it here. That's going to be my line for cosmetics stuff there. Wood has already filled up again. What I'm going to do is take some construction over to this. We will be renaming this island. I'm not going to rename Ditchwater because that is the island's actual name every time. I'm just double checking all the statistics quickly. We've not built anything, we just laid everything out, but just in case. You never know. Okay. That's half the speed. Let's look at the Endeavour. That's our flagship. We can make it look Imperial, North Sea Clipper, Regal. Got a nice Regal to the front. Imperial. What's this one? Autumn Red. Oh. My PC's really having a bit of a think right now. That's not my ship. There's my ship. So I'll probably have it on this one for now. Looks fancy.
What brings you here, Master?
So what we're going to do is dump off some materials here, because this is like excess storage basically. Oh. We can straight off the bat upgrade it, so it can store more. So it can store 150. Because we've only got one trading post, there will be ships waiting. Oh, that's a bad fire. So I can mobilize more units. So let's go back to normal speed. So you can see there's another fire truck going. This one's stuck behind a slow-moving wagon. Now this is speeding off. Another one's coming in. We will save these houses. This one's going to get more water. See, look, it's all under control now.
Whole place has gone up.
But they're getting to about halfway. It makes me kind of want to pave. A tad more into this corner. But this has got very good coverage. That one had a bit of a poor coverage, but we improved it. What I really need to do is start... It'll be next session, probably. Basically, building this sort of section, ignoring this middle bit. Build this up to farmers, build up to workers, and then building these to artisan. Building the town hall, putting our item in, which gives them canned food straight off the bat, and gives them rum once it unlocks. And we should be kind of ahead of where the campaign wants us to be. Whilst we will slowly progress the campaign, we'll go collect these. But yeah, we will give it a quick save. We will be ending stream there. I might pick this up tomorrow. I love a good Anno game. So we will try and keep it going. But if you did miss any of this, it will be on YouTube. If you're listening to this on YouTube, congratulations for making it to the end of the Twitch VOD that is posted on YouTube. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep this going where we unlock every single session, and we try and do every single DLC quest line, and sort of supply our population with everything they need in terms of basic needs, happiness, and then eventually all their lifestyle needs, which becomes quite chaotic. So yeah.